Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Bert the Stormtrooper and this is the home of That's Just Prime, the comprehensive Optimus Prime review series. I also review other Transformers, lots of G1 stuff, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, GoBots, and pretty much any other toy that may jump out at me. I also do the occasional arcade and pinball machine videos, unboxings, blogs, challenges, and miscellaneous videos where my daughter usually makes fun of me. Those are a lot of fun. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking me out. Please be sure to click that subscribe button and don't forget to give me a thumbs up and share if you like what you see. Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. Released in January of 2021, he is brand new and starting to hit stores right now. As of the time of this recording, I found mine on the shelf at my local Target. This is a Voyager class figure and it retails for approximately $30. So we can see here Hot Rod packaged in that window box. He's already in his robot mode. We can see him right there, and we can see a couple of accessories packed within as well. Over on the side, we got that Studio Series 86 logo with some really cool artwork of Hot Rod. Over here on the other side, we've got some artwork of Hot Rod opening up the Matrix of Leadership 86 right above it. Around the back of the packaging, we've got some product shots of Hot Rod, both in his robot mode with some of his accessories, and of course we've also got that vehicle mode. So that's about it for the packaging. Let's get him opened up and let's go check him out. And here is Studio Series 86 Hot Rod, and I love this toy. We've got him here out of the package, already transformed in his vehicle mode and shown with everything included, and he comes with quite a bit of stuff, so we're going to go over all of it. I think that may or may not have something to do with the fact that he is a Voyager price point. However, the figure itself is a little on the small side, leaning more towards the deluxe price point. So we'll get into that here in a moment. But yeah, he comes with a lot of stuff. So we can see here the background, which looks like the inside of Unicron, so we can recreate some fun scenes from the movie. I have something really cool planned for that. And then we've also got all of this stuff down here. So he does come with his instruction sheet, of course. It's fairly easy to read. I like the transformation on him. It's not extremely overly complicated, but it is complex enough to keep it interesting, and it's also fun to do. So there's the instructions if you want to take a look at that. And then we got a bunch of accessories. We got two handguns, very reminiscent of his G1 handguns. Let me get in close and try to focus that in. And there you go. And very, very similar to each other, but with some minor differences, just like his guns in G1. So there you go. We can dual wield those. Set these down. We've got these two little blast effects, little fire effects, which he can use both in vehicle and in robot mode. So very versatile little pieces here. And then we got a couple more pieces here that are more for the robot mode. So we've got the disc here that we're going to attach, or rather the disc cutter that we're going to attach to him in robot mode. And then we've also got, I really like this, we've got, of course, a Matrix of Leadership. And we've also got this other blast effect, which we're going to attach to the Matrix of Leadership to light our darkest hour, which is really, really cool. The only minor gripe that I would have about all of these accessories is the fact that the Matrix cannot be stored in him either in vehicle or in robot mode. That's really kind of the only gripe. Other than that, really fun stuff that we've got here. Taking a closer look at Hot Rod here in vehicle mode, and again, he looks absolutely fantastic. Just going all the way around. The reds are perfect, the oranges are perfect, the flames are perfect. He's got that engine right there on the hood, Autobot symbol, the blue windshield, not a whole lot of robot stuff showing. Yes, we do have a fake chest shown around the bottom there. Other than that, not a whole lot of robots showing. You know, maybe the fists, but that's about it. I love the nice big yellow wing on the back going all the way around. We do have a couple of kneecaps sticking out right there. It's not extremely conspicuous though, so it's not terrible, and just kind of going all the way around. He rolls really, really nice. And here in vehicle mode, he is right at about just under 5.5 inches long from the tip of the front bumper here to the back tip of the wing here, and he's just under 1.5 inch tall, so he is rather small here in vehicle mode. A couple of comparisons. Here he is next to the previous Masterpiece Hot Rod, so you can see how these guys scale together and what they look like together. And yeah, very, very nice. And again, I absolutely love what I mean, I thought this was a perfect hot rod, and then they come out with this, and this is even better. It looks fantastic. So there he is with Masterpiece Hot Rod. Here he is with Titan's Return Hot Rod, just the uncombined form of himself. He has been enhanced with the decals from Toy Hack, so just keep that in mind. But there you go, so you can see what these guys look like together. And then, of course, here he is with one of the many G1 hot rods. At this point, I've lost point. I don't know, or I've lost count. I don't know if this is my G1 or one of my reissues. I've lost count. I've lost track of these guys, but there you go. So you can see what these guys look like together again, so you can see where we've come from and where we're going. And again, yeah, as far as the deca goes, the only minor gripe that I would have about the vehicle, so we've got the orange pieces showing right here for the arms, for the forearms. Not a whole lot we can do there. That's actually forgivable. I think it blends into the vehicle mode just fine. This piece up here, this joint piece that's in yellow, this doesn't really affect the robot mode in any way. This is part of the backpack, and you don't really see it. I don't see any reason for this piece to have been molded in yellow. I do not understand for the life of me why this wasn't molded in the same color as the rest of the vehicle to just kind of hide that joint. Would have been a nice touch. So, a couple of things that we can do here with the accessories. So, we've got guns. We can mount the guns to the front of the hood just like we did with the G1 version, and like we can do with several other versions of Hot Rod. You notice that the guns do have these little wings right above the handles there. Those act as tabs that we can tab in right here to these two slots on the engine. Now you are going to have these two handles kind of sticking out, but they are red, so they kind of hide away, and there you go. That's something that you can do with it if you kind of want to do that whole target master weapon on the hood kind of a thing. Now you can also bring in the disc, and the disc has these slots here, or the disc cutter, the handle of it has these slots here, so you can also tab this right on here on the other side of the tabs for the weapons. And now you got yourself a Target Master weapon on the hood with a slicer cutter thing of doom and death and destruction, if you want to do that, which is really, really cool. And then finally, you can bring in the little pieces here for the little fire pieces, and these will plug in. Actually, we'll bring them down like, let's turn it around. You can plug it right here to the middle one and the top one, just like that. So you can have the little fire effects for him when he's driving around. We'll do that on this side as well. Just like that. You can put it on the top one, or you can put it on the bottom one. It's completely up to you. I think it looks better up there. So there you go. That's something that you can do. And really the only thing that's left out at this point is the matrix and this little piece here. Those are really kind of the only two pieces that you don't really get much to do with them in either mode if you're not specifically posing it with those two pieces. There's really nothing else for them to do or anywhere else for them to go, which is kind of unfortunate. Getting into Hot Rod's transformation, again, complex enough to keep it interesting and fun, but not overly complicated. We're going to start right here at the sides. We've got to unpeg the arms from this tab right there, and then the pipes right here, and also this little panel here has to come untabbed. So you just kind of got to work that and bring that down some. If you can reach up in here, get this little panel, flip it over, just like this, turn it around, and then bring it back down, and that little circle piece is going to tab in right, or peg in right into that little hole right there. Okay, so there's that one. Unpeg this one as well. Bring that little panel up and over. Rotate the pipes and peg that in right there. Let's work on, that's going to free up the arms, but we're just going to leave those there for now. Let's work on the back of the vehicle here. Let's work on the legs to free up a little more room. So let's start by untabbing these back halves of the vehicle here from the wing. There's one. And I find that just kind of twisting it around like that works best. There's the other. So let's see how I can show this. There's a tab right there under the wing that was tabbed into a slot on the side of that red piece where my pinky nail is at right there. There's a little slot and there's little tabs right here. So now reach in here, unpeg the wheel from this gray part like that, and open this all the way up, and that's going to allow you to fold the leg out like so. And yeah, parts kind of get in each other's way at first, but once you get one side done, then you kind of are able to work the other one better, and that's going to allow the leg to come out. Now when you get out here, bring the foot out like this. And I really love what they've done here. This wheel is going to fold in on this hinge, just like that. And then this whole red piece is going to fold in on this outer hinge and tab into place right there to make a nice, clean leg piece. And of course, now that I'm on camera, it doesn't want to tab in. So fold this fold this wheel into this little red piece right there using the inner hinge, and then using the outer hinge, bring this out. There is a tab in a slot right there, and that should tab in just like that. Unlike this side that doesn't want to do it for whatever reason, now it doesn't want to. And that's a first time for me. Take this wing piece here and bring it out. And I don't think, yes, we are. We're going to go ahead and turn them around at the waist. There you go. All right. Let's see. I always forget these next pieces here. So are we going to, yes, we need to open up the hood. So the hood is actually tabbed in. This motor piece here is tabbed into the hood. So you can open that up. And then you're going to take the headlight parts here and just kind of untab these. These are tabbed into the top of the shoulders here, and these are just going to fold in right there, just like that. Bring the arms up to kind of get them out of the way. Let's see where we want to go next. Okay, so we're going to use this hinge down here to open up this and just kind of lean the whole thing back like so. Bring the head out. Turn it around. And then, before I do this next part, let me show you right in here inside the chest, nowhere for the matrix to go, as you can see. Okay, so now using this hinge, we're going to bring this up, stop halfway, turn this around, and then bring it down the rest of the way. So we're going to fold in this hood piece, and then we're going to fold the whole thing in, just like that. And there are going to be, once you get everything straightened out, which I'm not doing, there it is. There's two tabs here and here that are going to tab into these slots on the inside of his chest or collarbone right there. Bring those there. Then finally take the wing piece, rotate it around. This is going to come up, and this whole thing here is going to clip onto the back of his, I guess, upper back right there. Tab that into place. Get everything straightened out. And here is Hot Rod in his robot mode, looking absolutely amazing. Here in robot mode, Hot Rod is approximately 5.5 inches tall at the top of the head, 6 if you want to go to the top of the wing right there. And as you can see, he fell over because we're in front of the camera. Of course, he's going to do that. My toys like to misbehave when the cameras are rolling. Again, as you can see, he looks absolutely fantastic. This looks like he just stepped right out of the cartoon. I mean, even more so than the Masterpiece, in my opinion. I think this looks more cartoon accurate than the last Masterpiece figure did. This is fantastic. And again, I said this to my buddy yesterday when he was over. I consider this a mini Masterpiece, or maybe like a mass retail Masterpiece. It's kind of the way I look at this. This is such an amazing, fantastic figure. Coming in closer, you can see all the detail. Look at that face sculpt. That is, I mean, again, I can't say it enough. It looks like he just jumped out of the screen. He looks fantastic. Look at all the amazing detail on this figure going all the way around. So you can see not a whole lot of backpack, just a, they did a really good job of cleaning up that wing on his back right there. He looks so nice. Okay, let's see. Let's do a quick few size comparisons, and then we'll get into the accessories because we've got a lot of stuff to cover. So again, for comparison, here he is next to, well, actually, let's do this. Let's give him his guns, since I got everybody else holding their guns. So we'll have him hold his guns. There we go. So now you can see what he looks like with his guns, and here he is next to G1 Hot Rod. And again, you can see, like I said, he is on the smaller side of things. He's just about as tall as his G1 counterpart. So there you go for comparison. And then here he is with the Titan Returns figure. So you can see, and again, a little shorter than the Titan. This guy, I consider this guy to be about deluxe size. So yeah, you can see again, he's kind of on the smaller side of things. And then finally, here he is with MP Hot Rod, which again, I mean, yeah, this was an amazing, beautiful figure. But man, they've just knocked it out of the park with the Studio Series one. I mean, this looks and feels more like a Masterpiece figure to me than this did. I don't know, that's just my opinion. But yeah, absolutely amazing figure. So let's get into everything that this guy can do. Because again, he can do quite a bit, and I don't like to run my videos too entirely long. So again, there you are with the guns. You can hold them, one on each hand. They do not combine. There's just two handguns, so that's what you get. You get two handguns, and you can hold one in each hand, just like that. before we get into the other accessories, real quick, articulation. Head is on a ball joint, up and down, left and right, turn around, all that good stuff. Shoulders are weird. Okay, so you got a ratchet here, so you can go in and out on the ratchet, and it's just a one click, right? So you got a click there, and then it's free the rest of the way. So it does make it a little awkward to do some poses with them. And you'll see what I mean here in just a moment. But you got that in and out. You can go forward and backwards all the way around. You got a rotation at the elbow. You got a bend at the elbow. You got a rotation at the wrist, and the fingers can open and close. You have a rotation at the wrist, or sorry, at the waist. Legs can go forward, back that far, in and out. Rotate at the hip. Mine is very tight. You can bend. You got a double joint at the knee. And then, of course, the feet can go forward and backwards a little bit, and they can also tilt that far. So pretty good in terms of range of motion. Now, getting into more accessories and more things that we can do. Head can open, and you've got a little visor right in there, so you can flip this down, close up the helmet. So now you've got the visor look from when he was shooting at the shuttle. So let's do that. Let's bring in the little blast effects one more time, and we can go ahead and plug these into his forearms so that he can shoot at the shuttle. And this looks really good, but again, this is going to come into that thing I was just telling you about, that where it kind of gets weird with the articulation here at the shoulder. Because if you want to make him shoot straight up, it kind of forces his arms to close in like that. If you see, they're kind of pushing in, and they, you can't really bring him out. So he's kind of pulling it off, but it would look better if you could open them up a little bit. So as it is, you kind of got to play with it, and maybe like that, or, it just kind of makes it hard to pose this way. And then put him up on a shelf in any kind of way where you can see his head. Usually his arm's going to end up covering his face, and you don't really get to see it all that well. So that, as far as that pose, this is a cool feature, but because of the way the shoulders are articulated, the pose doesn't really want to work all that well, but there you go. And of course now he's falling backwards. He's become back heavy, so there you go. I guess that looks okay, so that works. So there we go. That's another thing that we can do. All right, let's put those aside. All right, we've seen his handguns, we've seen the visor, and we've seen the little flame effects. Let's get into the arms right here. So this is really, really cool. So the hand right here, you can open this up. There's a hinge right here. So this whole thing's going to open up just like so. You can rotate this around and close it back up. And now you've got the little welder piece that he used to repair a cup. There you go. So that's really neat. And then on this side, we'll go ahead and open this up and flip it around. And that's going to give us a peg. And I'm pretty sure you know where this is going with this peg. We can bring in the cutter and put that in. So now we've got the cutter so that we can cut away at the vines and at the fish. And we've got the little welder so that we can repair cups. So yeah, pretty cool. This does not spin. I mean, it does spin, but it doesn't spin freely. As you can see, I can make it turn, but you can't make it, flip it and make it spin around too fast. But, it's just for posing kind of thing. So there you go. Very, very cool. We'll go ahead and remove those. And put the fists back away again. Or, sorry, put the fists back out again, rather. And we'll get into the final accessory. And this is why the fists can be made to open. This is super cool. So you can take the fist, you can open these up. And now, and I think this also is part of why the shoulders articulate the way that they do. Because now you can bring in the matrix and you can actually have them hold the matrix. It does take some doing, but it can be done. So, in fact, before I do that, before I put the matrix on him, let's get him standing. Let's take a quick look at the matrix right here. And then you got the one side here with the crystals, and then the back side, that's a little hollow there. And then you also got the little effects here. So you can take these, and there's a little clip right there. So you can go ahead and clip this on just like that, and then you can make him hold it, which again takes a little bit of doing.
You got the Arise, Rodimus Prime. Optimus. Yeah!
And now Hot Rod is ready to light our darkest hour. So yeah, absolutely fantastic figure. Again, a little on the small side, but in terms of the accessories that he comes with, the backdrop, the level of detail for both the vehicle and the robot mode, the fun transformation, just absolutely, again, it's like a mini masterpiece figure, and I absolutely love everything about this figure. And I think that about covers the Transformers Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. What did you think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload a new video. I've got a donate button up there. If you want to hit on that, I certainly would appreciate it. Please share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.